Greetings all, welcome to day 2 of the StreamYard 5-day video challenge. Tonight, I'm going to be doing a quick little tutorial on how to make a overlay like this one right here. And we'll make the one for tomorrow for day 3, even though I've already got it made. But we'll make one similar to that tonight. So the software I'm going to use for this is called Affinity Photo. It's got most of the same features as Photoshop, but it's a one-time purchase, not a monthly fee like Photoshop is. You can create multi-layer graphics, edit photos, all that stuff. They make a suite of 3 products: Photo, Illustrator, and Designer. I think not Illustrator, Publisher. And they're like, I got a friend to look it up because I'm in Canada and it's a different price here. It's $54.99, one-time fee. You can get it for Windows, Mac that I'm running it on here, or on the iPad. And file compatible, opens and reads and writes, Adobe files, everything's great. So for the purpose of this demo, I'm going to get my ugly mug out of the way because I have a face for radio, and we're going to turn off the overlay there, and I'm going to go full screen with this so that you can see it the best you can. Hopefully it's still good. So the way we do this is, first of all, we're in Affinity Photo, version 1.10.1. Doesn't matter what one it is. It's the most recent one. And we're going to do a new layout. And we're going to go for 1920 by 1080. Should always work, in my opinion, should always work at full 1080p resolution, not 720p, as the earlier version of StreamYard was. With the Pro version, you run 1080, so you might as well start there, make your graphics there. And then if you move from the standard plan to the Pro plan, all your graphics will still be fine. So this is our 1920 by 1080 screen, and the little checkerboard, gray and white checker, just indicates that it's transparent background, which is what you want. I should have mentioned that. When you're doing the new thing, make sure that you click transparent background, because you need that to make your background transparent when you export the PNG file and use it in StreamYard. So in this case, I'm just going to go to the, I'm off screen, because I'm just going to go grab the nice graphic from the Facebook page. And then I'm going to select this brush here, and this selection brush is, be careful, I'm using my mouse for this, not the hats that I wanted it to do. Notice how it selected everything around it, and we don't care about these other little icons. We're just going to delete those in a second anyways. And then over here in your layers on the right-hand side of the screen, see it says image. We want to change that, rasterize and trim. That changes it to pixels so I can edit it. Otherwise, it's kind of like a flat picture. So now I can edit it. So now if I just go hit the delete key on my keyboard, all the green goes away. And then if I just go to here, I can just draw a selection area until I take away all the pretty little icons that we don't need for this purpose of this project. And there we've got our graphic. We're halfway there. So then if you zoom in, see how it's still got the little bit of the green edging to it where it was interpolating the pixels on the probably JPEG that they used to create for the Facebook page. So we don't want that because we want to put a nice orange border around it. So it'll stand out from the background when it's on video. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new layer here, add a pixel layer, and we're going to fill it with, I usually fill it with, two of my favorite colors for this are bright pink and bright neon green, because I want something that I can see easily when it's not the color I want it to be. Two common colors we don't use a lot. So we fill the screen with that, and then if I just grab the layer and drag it down below, it's now underneath the layer that we're working on. And there it is. I saw one little pixel in there somewhere. It was a stray. Be in the right layer, Mike. And then down there. And I'm just hitting the delete key on the keyboard to get rid of any little stray pixels that are out in the background. And then if we zoom in a little bit, now what I want to do is I want to clean up that edge to get rid of those odd green pixels that are back there. But I'm not going to go in and delete them one at a time with the eraser tool, which I could do with the eraser tool. But, you know, that's way too much work. I'm too lazy for that. So what I usually do is I select the magic wand tool and make sure I'm on the pixel layer that I want, and then click out here. And now what it's selected is all of the pink area, well, the area around the logo. So I want it to be just this selected because we're going to do a little trick. So then we go up here to select and we do invert pixel selection. Now you notice that the little dancing ant border is just around here. It's not around the outside anymore. So we've just got this layer selected. And then if we zoom back in, now what we're going to do is we're going to go to, it's coming to me, grow shrink, there it is. Under the select layer, go to grow and shrink. And now what that's going to do is it's going to let me take what's selected and just make it, see how it changes the size of it? So I can either make it bigger or smaller. In this case, we're going to make it smaller, and we're going to try something around -2 pixels. Will we get away with -1? I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter for this. Now let's make it 2 and be safe. 1 would probably do, but let's just give it 2, and that way we won't have any of the green or gray stray pixels around. And we say apply. But now we've got just the middle of the graphic selected, and we want to subtract that outer border. So if we go up to select and invert it again, now it's selected everything outside of that. Hit the delete key, zoom back in, and all those little things are gone. And when we deselect, we've got a white border. It looks a little bit pixely, but it's not going to matter because we're zoomed in pretty small. We're at a couple 300 pixels wide, so we're fine. Okay, so zoom back out. Let's grab it, move it up to the left corner so it's out of the way as much as we can. Something around there. And then let's create another layer, drag it down, and fill it with black. Turn off the pink layer. Now we've got what it's going to look like. Now if we just go into, let's do a couple of quick things here. Now, if we go in here and we want to use the same orange as is in the 5-day background here, click here, go down, and then add that to our palette. add it to our palette with the right key that time. And because we're going to use that for something else in a minute too. So we want it selected. And then what we can do is they've got some really cool effects in the effects layers here. That's all I was in here earlier. They can do inner glow, outer glow, drop shadows, bevel, emboss, all kinds of stuff. All the standard stuff that's also in Photoshop. In this case, we're going to do this one. And we're going to go use here's my okay, we'll do it that way today. Because that's the way it wants to be. And then we've got that. We just add till it looks about right. In this case, 5.3 pixels. Let's give it a normal number, like 5. Not enough. I'd give it whole numbers, not decimals. It's just asking for trouble. And now we've got our outline, and then we're going to add in here, we're going to add a little bit of text. Tomorrow is day 3. You can't see that yet, but that's okay. And we'll just make it a lot bigger. 48 should probably do. We'll center it. We'll bold and italicize it so it shows up good. And then we'll just bring it in like so. And then when I did this yesterday, I just made different layers with the different numbers for the 5 days. Seeing as we got an assignment, I thought, well, I'll just show how I did it. Somebody asked about them, and now it's an easy way to take care of it. Just like that. And then when we go back to full screen, there's my bug up in the corner. And it's all good to go, transparent background. And then we can export it as a PNG. It's going to do 1920 by 1080 PNG. And we can export that. And we'll call it 5. And then what I'm going to do is, we're done in here. Let's just save that. Demo 5. Notice it saves it as an AF photo, Affinity photo file. That's their format. It maintains all the layers and everything. Now, if we remove that share, stop screen share, we're going to share. Now you're going to have that. Get ready. Here it comes. I'm going to share my StreamYard screen. And now we're all in here. And sorry about the infinity part there, but you're used to seeing that probably. Now we can go down here. Get me drawn in the wrong window. Add an overlay. It's not in the right place. It's under here. Take demo PNG. And it loads it. And we show that. And there it is. Just like that. And we can remove that screen share now. And that's all there is to it. And it only took, I don't know how many minutes we're in now. Less than 15 minutes. And I was taking my time, and I even messed up a couple of things. But that's how that works. And if anybody has any questions, just ask away. And then I've still got the ability to add my little frustrated animated GIF guy. And away we go. So thank you very much for watching. And remember to never let the machines win. And I look forward to seeing your video afterward.